Welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert Mealy. I'm the Lynx Angler. Today I want to talk a little about tides, which as you'll see is something I don't know a ton about. The reason I don't know a ton about tides is because I grew up fishing here in the Mosquito Lagoon. And the area that we normally consider the Mosquito Lagoon, the main body of it down south of where I'm at now, is one of the world's largest coastal estuaries that's considered non-tidal. And by that I mean if there is a tide movement, it's in an inch or two per day. So really you never know. The water doesn't really move down there from a tidal force, which means you can fish all day long. It doesn't really matter. There aren't tidal windows where you should and shouldn't be fishing. Well, I know a lot of you guys fish in areas that are tidal, and you've got this covered. You know that you want to fish the bottom of the low tide, or you want to fish the high tide coming in. You've got it timed as to when those fish turn on and want to start eating. You know where to set up the boat based on which way the water is moving. It's great, but it's not something that I've ever really paid enough attention to. But I've started to notice over the last couple of weeks that this area that I'm fishing in now, that's much further up into the north, I'm probably less than 10 miles away from the inlet. I might be like 6 miles away. And I've noticed over the last couple of weeks that this area is definitely tidal. I would say that we get at least a foot of tidal movement inside of this bay that I'm at now. And I say that because I've noticed the last couple of weeks when I come in, the oysters will be completely covered, the oyster bars that are over here. And by the time I leave in about 3 or 4 hours, they're 6 or 8 inches out of the water. And I'm like, well, that's a tidal force. So these bays that I'm fishing up here in the north are clearly tidal. I've also noticed that there's a point each morning. The last 2 weeks I came, and it was high tide when I pulled in here. And there was a point where that water was draining off of those oyster bars where the bite clearly turned on. I mean, it just clearly, they started eating and then they kind of stopped. So I've got to get more in tune with those tide windows and when the fish seem to really want to feed. Now I've done it a little bit backwards today. I've come in and it's kind of almost bottoming out on the tide. So this will be the exact opposite of what I did in the previous weeks. I think it's going to make it a little bit difficult to get around inside because it can get really shallow in here. So we'll see. We'll just run the trolling motor as high as we can. Worst case scenario, we get on the push pole and we can get around. So we're going to do things a little bit backwards today, and we're going to see if there's a point where the fish turn on as this tide starts to bottom out and then fill back in. First, we're going to have to see if we can get around in here, and then see if we can figure out where the fish are staging at this low tide. And as that tide starts to come in, see if we can find out where they want to be. All right, let's go. Pretty neat when you get to move around on speed 2 though. This trolling motor does not make a lot of noise at 2. Even 3 is not too bad. 4 is noisy. That's pretty good. Okay, there's one. That looked more like a trout. Okay, they're all heading out this way when I spook them. So let's go this way. There's some reason they want to be out here. Probably because it's deeper. Oh, I thought I had something. Must have a lot of twist in the line. Huh. A whole bunch of fish we just spooked. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Okay, for our mid-morning report, it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we have explored this bay everywhere. The water is pretty low. I've seen it lower, but it's pretty low. We found the fish, but they're sort of more in that lockdown, huddled up mode. You don't really see a lot of feeding activity, so I think there's just kind of a low energy right now. I'm not sure the low tide is the best time to be in here. So anyway, I'm gonna leave these fish alone. They're my friends, I'm gonna leave them alone. So I wanna go find something that I've never ever taken the boat into before, something completely new. Finally, we got a fish. Yes, I think it's a bit of a whale too. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh my gosh, this is a big redfish. Okay. He's probably 24. Just haven't seen a decent sized one for a little while. Woo! All right, I just want to let him tire himself out a little bit. Got him so close to the boat. Got him good. I'll see if I can, there we go. Yeah, don't go to the motor. Come on, I don't want to break them off. I got this light leader material. I should get the net. All right. Let's see if we can get him. Might go 26. He's strong. Oh, got him. Got him. Ah, yes. You saved the day, my friend. Whew. What I've caught for a little while. All right. Let's show off real quick. Look at that. The shrimp po' boy right in the corner pocket. That's pretty awesome. I really do love this swimming trout trick. What a great lure. Measurement too. Ooh, you are just a bit over 24. Wow, that was barely hanging in your mouth. Okay, good news for you. We can get you back in pretty fast. Get one more shot for the camera. Look at that beautiful fish. Pretty tail. He's good, fat, very healthy fish. All right, let's get him back in the water, okay? Let's go. Well, that didn't take long. Okay, we found a new spot and we caught a fish. We caught a fish in a new spot. Oh, that's the best feeling. That's the best feeling. So I did a long leader, so I had to retie it. So I did this little RP knot. That is a pretty tiny little knot. And geez, that's probably well over 4 feet of leader. And I did this Seagar Gold 12 pound. It's extremely thin. So, hey, it worked. That's a fish in the boat. Let's get another one. Let's make a decent video. Come on. Was activity over here, but I guess we could try it again. I got a little tiny redfish. I think it's a little, yeah, blue tail. Hey, you know what? It's a fish. It's a fish. I'm pretty happy. You're not completely tiny. What are you? You're over 12 inches, maybe? Let's see. Oh, you're just a little guy. Maybe 12 inches? So you're about 13 to 14 inches. Thank you. It's a fish. It's a fish. Always happy to catch a fish. Been a long morning to catch just the one fish, but I'm happy to catch them. And maybe that signals that the bite's about to turn on. Let's keep fishing. That quick. That's redfish right here, little one. He probably has seen us. There goes little guy. Not gonna freak out about him too much. He's tiny. Again. He's kind of in a hurry. He just ate it. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I just threw it behind us and he ate it. It's not a terrible fish, pretty good. You know, he swam right in front of the boat. Sure, he saw us, came around this side into the front. I threw it in the direction he was going and just let it sit there, and he ate it. Awesome. He looks like he's got multiple spots. He's gonna go 18 inches. All right, I got you. Yeah, pretty spots. Let me get this out of your mouth. Here. Okay, right in the front. Sorry. All right, wait to see these spots. It's got two pretty spots on this side. It's not bad fishing. He's got one on this side. Pretty blue tail. Let's see, I say he is going to be 18 inches. And he is exactly, well, he's exactly 18 inches. There he goes. All right, that was good. And that is why you always try the cast. Even if you think it's a complete waste of time, you try it anyway. Okay, so after 2 days of fishing the bottom of the tide in my favorite spots in the north, the first thing I can say for sure is the area is tidal. It's very tidal. I'm not sure why I didn't put that together before, but I would say the tide fluctuates at least a foot in there. I seem to have had better luck on the falling tide than I did on the fishing the bottom of the tide. But I'm also not sure, it just wasn't the right time of morning, because it seemed like either way it was about maybe 10 o'clock that the activity really started going. So I'm not sure if it was a tidal phase or it was just the time of the morning where the sun was out enough and it started to get the bait moving and the fish started chewing. But either way, the fishing continues to be extremely difficult. It has been for the last couple of weeks. And I'm very happy to get the fish that I got, but it's not easy. It's not easy right now. I keep thinking to myself, it's gonna get easy any day now when the water gets nice and warm. I think we're gonna find the fish are a lot easier to catch. But anyway, thank you for watching my video, and if you liked it, make sure you hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll see you next time.